Andrew previously requested me on Patreon to review Alien vs. Predator, and so now he has requested me to look at the sequel Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. With this movie, the filmmakers did what a number of people have been wanting the Alien franchise to do for a while, which is to have the aliens arrive on Earth and go on their eating spree in the middle of a regular town. However, this movie is considered the nadir of the series, and while I do generally agree with the negative consensus, I don't think it's entirely without its moments. The directors, Greg and Colin Strauss, do appear to have some enthusiasm in directing and entering this iconic horror series. There is a sense of the genuine love and respect they have for these, and understanding of what makes the aliens such terrifying creatures. The scene with the facehuggers especially shows this, as they understand the creepy nature of those things when they latch onto someone's face. They even have a child get hit with a facehugger, and then eventually have his chest burst. They are not messing around here. Another moment that stands out is when the Predalien, a combination alien and predator, goes into a maternity ward and proceeds to gulp to an expectant mother, who then gives birth to a couple of baby aliens. It's a really unsettling scene, especially when thinking about what might have gone on inside the mother's stomach as they crawl around in there. I think the filmmakers set out to make a genuine horror film and wanted to creep the audience out as much as possible. One of my biggest problems with Alien vs. Predator is that aside from a few characters, most of them sort of blend together. For this film, the human characters are a lot more distinct and easy to tell apart, even if they're all basic archetypes. Although that's the only thing I can really compliment the characters on. The otherwise not particularly interesting have little in the way of personality, and I was not invested in their individual storylines. There's one character who is an ex-convict, but aside from an early scene where he and his son have a difficult first reunion, that barely serves much importance in the story. But again, if you were to ask me to describe each individual character, I could actually do that with this movie, something that's a little trickier with the first Alien vs. Predator. The main thing that I think drags this movie down is unfortunately the action, the way it's shot. The animatronics and puppets continue to be impressive for both the aliens and the Predator, as well as the Predalien, and you can tell they put a lot of work and money into them. Unfortunately, it's difficult to fully admire the special effects because of how much trouble I had actually seeing them. On top of the editing being very rapid, the cinematography is way too dark. Yes, most of the movie is set at night and in dark locations, but if the intent is to see the aliens attacking people or the Predator fighting the aliens, shouldn't we be able to clearly see them? In fact, this is a problem I do tend to have in general with modern filmmaking. For whatever reason, a lot of nighttime scenes or sequences set in dark places are filmed or color graded so dark that it makes it hard to see what's going on. I guess the intent is to go for realism, but I'm not really looking for realism in a monster movie. I think more movies and shows should take a lesson from Roger Deakins, who's one of the best DPs for a reason, as he understands that audiences want to see where the characters are and what they are doing, even if it's a scene set at night. There's also a great quote from Andrew Lesnie, the cinematographer on the Lord of the Rings trilogy. When he was asked by Sean Astin where the light was coming from in a scene set in a dark location, Lesnie responded, "The same place as the music." Film is a visual medium, and with a movie like this, where we're watching two non-speaking creatures going around and causing destruction, it's even more necessary that we be able to tell what they're doing. Although, interesting enough, if you watch an on-set video released by visual effects company Amalgamated Dynamics, they showed Daniel Pearl, the DP on Aliens vs. Predator, getting really frustrated lights not working properly.
It's not bright enough. Take the gel off of it.
We just took an infield. It should be
I know, it's not bright enough. I don't know if the batteries died on it or what.
So this could definitely be a case where the darkness was amplified in post-production for whatever reason. Some of the script and dialogue can also get a little too silly in this movie. This line especially made me laugh with how ridiculous it is.
I think the Colonel was lying.
That's crazy. The government doesn't lie to people.
I don't know if that's supposed to be intentionally funny or just a really stupid line. Aliens vs. Predator Requiem is mostly interested in being a gory horror B-movie, and that's fine. But the movie falls short in entertainment value due to how little I care about the characters at the center, and the parts that should be the most exciting are shrouded in darkness. Come the third act, and I was feeling a considerable amount of boredom and also annoyance as I tried my best to decipher the images on the screen. Outside of those few scenes of creepy imagery I mentioned, the creatures are not exactly interesting, with even the Predator-Alien combo, something that should provoke a sense of awe and curiosity, not resulting in much of a reaction. But again, that's not the fault of the effects team, who still put that all into bringing them to the screen. I'm curious how they felt about audiences seeing little of their work in the finished film. Anyway, what do you think of Aliens vs. Predator Requiem? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and thank you for the request, Andrew.